This method is similar to the grid method for multiplication, but there are less places to make mistakes, which makes it particularly good for decimals. So moving on, if you're presented with a problem like 2.37 times 1.63, you can use the grid method, which is tricky. You can use the compact method, which is in video A4. There's also an SRG version. Or this one seems to be quite nice. You might like it, you might not. It won't be worth giving it a go. It's called the window frame method. So here we go. You write one number going across with one digit in each box. You write the other number you're multiplying going down the side with one digit in each box. Don't give the decimal point its own box, actually put it on the grid line. And then you draw a window frame. And your window frame goes along like this. You split it into the individual boxes. And then you insert diagonal lines going uphill like this. They've got to go this way, otherwise it won't work. Okay, next I'm going to switch to another colour to actually put my decimal point in. So as you can see, one decimal point's here, and one decimal point doesn't want to make a mark. There you go, and one decimal point is there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that one down, and I'm going to bring that one across, and where they meet will be here. And then I'm going to make my pen a little bit finer because my digits are going to have to be quite small. Okay, here we go. So we say 1 times 2 is 2. So we put a 0, 2 in there. We're always putting 2-digit numbers in. Moving across, 1 times 3 is 3, so it's 0, 3. Moving across again, 1 times 7 is 0, 7. Let's do the next row. 6 times 2 is 12, so I'll put a 1 here and a 2 there, making 12. 6 times 3 is 18. I think you're probably getting the gist of what I'm doing here. And 6 times 7 is 42, so let's put our 42 in there. And the final row, 3 times 2 is 6. Remember to put 0, 6, a 2-digit number. 3 times 3 is 9, so it would be 0, 9. And then finally, 3 times 7 is 21. Let's put a 2 and a 1. And then, just changing my pen, let's move to, say, a blue. Here we go. You start down at the bottom right-hand corner. I'm going to put a little arrow in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add all of my digits going in that particular diagonal row, which gives me a 1. Then I've got a 9 and 2 and 2, which gives me 13. So I'm going to put my 3 here. Now this is the interesting bit. You carry the 1 into the next column along. So I've now got in this column here, this is quite a big bit to add up. A 7 and a 4 would make 11. Add the 8 makes 19. Add the 0 makes 19 still. Add the 1 makes 20, add the 6 makes 26. So I'm going to put my 6 here, and you can guess where I'm going to carry the 2 into the next diagonal column. So adding these numbers down here, I have got 3 and 1 and 2, which makes 6. Add 2 makes 8. Now at this point, I'm crossing over the grid line, which has got the decimal point in. So this is where I put my decimal point down in the answer, down there. Moving on to the next row, I have got 2 and 1 makes 3. And finally, this is a 0, so I could put that in, but it's not absolutely essential. So my answer is 3.8631. I don't have to worry about where the decimal point goes because the grid tells me. It works when multiplying any two numbers with decimal places, as many decimal places as you like. The only thing you tend to find is the more decimal places you have, the more digits you have to add up when you're doing your diagonal adding. So you just need to be a little bit more careful, especially with numbers that you're carrying. I think it's a nice method.